Well, in fact, there are two discussions on climate change. First of all, it's very good news, of course, that the US is back in again in the Paris Agreement. The Paris Agreement, as you know, Karen, over the years, and Steve, you and I discussed that several times, was focused very much on mitigation, on preventing that climate change would happen. And we are not totally on track with the agreements in the Paris Agreement now 5 years after. So we need to work also on climate adaptation, and that will be one of the topics also, because countries like Ethiopia or Bangladesh are being confronted with climate change right now, and we need to help them to adapt.
We were debating earlier that a lot of the easy work has now just been done by Biden by re-signing to this Paris Agreement. What comes next is reducing emissions at a national level, coming up with a whole plan, a goal by 2030. How challenging is it going to be to try and achieve that, given how divisive the United States has been on the political sphere and with its economic impact still from the pandemic?
Yeah, of course, it will be challenging. It's clear that it is apparently challenging because 5 years after Paris, we are globally not yet on track. Many more companies, however, are signing up to the race to net zero and to take care of a strong reduction of their emissions. The Europeans are running a little bit up front of the US or other countries in the world. But I think at the long run, this provides also economic growth. This provides jobs, and doing nothing will really hurt our economy. Next to that, indeed, developing countries need to be helped with climate adaptation next to mitigation. Otherwise, they cannot grow their food, etc. And that will also stimulate further immigration, which is another burden. I think indeed the pandemic showed all nice things, but also very ugly things in our society. And we need to get out of this pandemic also a little bit greener, in the benefit of our own economy, our own jobs, and the resilience that companies need to have.
Feike, lovely to see you today, my friend. I remember lots of details about Le Bourget in 2015. One of them was your cufflinks. I don't know if you remember that. I think it was some carbon capture. You still got the same one, the black cubes, yeah?
Yes, here it is.
Yeah, I remember them very well. But you still got them. Look, we've made a lot of ground, and I'm thrilled that so many things have gone right, but so many things haven't gone right as well. Surely, as we look ahead to Glasgow for COP26 as well, it's about toughening up those NDCs. We've really got to get those nationally determined contributions really nailed down and more ambitious as well, sir.
Yeah, it is true. But doing nothing will companies quite a bit because companies are then not prepared for this new future. If I only talk about adaptation, every time distinct mitigation and adaptation, it is in the company's own interest to work on adaptation in their own supply chains, in their own risk management, in the continuation of their own operations. That on the adaptation side. On the mitigation side, we see several regions in the world working on a price on carbon, like Europe. So you better be prepared on reducing your own emissions, also out of an economic perspective, next to doing well for this planet. So I think you will see more and more companies signing up. And we see that also in this week, that more and more companies are announcing their actions, reduction of their emissions, being more transparent also to their shareholders about climate-related matters that impact their bottom line, and prepare for a price on carbon by an internal price on carbon and those kinds of things. It's in the interest of the economy, interest of the companies by themselves.